What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Monday, April 16th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard face off against dinosaurs in the latest teaser for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The 30-second clip released Friday featured Pratt narrowly escaping a dinosaur and Howard aiming a gun towards a raptor that's on the loose. The teaser also announced that a full-length trailer for the action-packed film will be released on Wednesday. Jeff Goldblum, reprising his Jurassic Park role as Dr. Ian Malcolm, says, "These creatures were here before us, and if we're not careful, they're going to be here after." Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom from director J.A. Bayona is set to arrive in theaters June 22nd. The synopsis reads, "It's been 4 years since theme park and luxury resort Jurassic World was destroyed by dinosaurs out of containment. Isla Nublar now sits abandoned by humans while the surviving dinosaurs fend for themselves in the jungles. When the island's dormant volcano begins to roar to life, Owen, played by Pratt, and Claire, played by Howard, mount a campaign to rescue the remaining dinosaurs from this extinction-level event. Owen is driven to find Blue, his lead raptor, who is still missing in the wild. And Claire has grown a respect for these creatures. She now makes her mission. Arriving on the unstable island as lava begins raining down, their expedition uncovers a conspiracy that could return our entire planet to a perilous order not seen since prehistoric times." Filmmaker David Leitch has been selected to direct the untitled Fast and Furious spin-off film that stars Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. Johnson and Statham will be reprising their Fast and Furious franchise roles as Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw, respectively, in the film that is set to hit theaters on July 26, 2019. Leitch is best known for directing the upcoming Deadpool 2 and Atomic Blonde, and for co-directing John Wick. Leitch will be directing from a script by Chris Morgan, who has penned 6 installments of the action series. The official Twitter account for Fast and Furious says, "Please welcome David Leitch as the director of the Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw spinoff." Johnson recently said that he wasn't quite sure if he would be starring in the next mainline entry in the series, Fast and Furious 9, due to the onset feud he had with star Vin Diesel. Johnson says, "Right now, I'm concentrating on making the spinoff as good as it can be." Elastigirl has been chosen to lead a new campaign that will bring superheroes back into the limelight in the latest trailer for Disney and Pixar's upcoming animated sequel, The Incredibles 2. The clip released Friday features Elastigirl, played by Holly Hunter, and Mr. Incredible, played by Craig T. Nelson, meeting with the wealthy tycoon, voiced by Bob Odenkirk, who wants Elastigirl to be a representative for all superheroes as a way to get the public to accept them again. Elastigirl accepts the offer and takes on the job, which includes regularly saving the day, leaving Mr. Incredible in charge of their kids, including Violet, played by Sarah Vowell, Dash, played by Huck Miller, and baby Jack Jack. Mr. Incredible struggles with being a stay-at-home dad, contending with an angry Violet, and Jack Jack, who's still discovering all his superpowers. A new villain also makes an appearance, causing the family to band together with the help from Mr. Incredible's best friend Frozone, played by Samuel L. Jackson. The Incredibles 2 from director Brad Bird is scheduled to arrive in theaters on June 15th. James McAvoy and Bill Hader are being eyed to join the cast of New Line Cinema's upcoming horror sequel to Stephen King's It that stars Jessica Chastain. McAvoy and Hader are in negotiations to appear as older versions of characters who were terrorized by Pennywise the Clown in the first film, released in 2017. McAvoy will take on the role of Bill Dingenborough, the stuttering leader of his friends known as the Losers Club, originally portrayed by Jane Lieberher. Hader will be playing wisecrack Richie Tozier, originally portrayed by Finn Wolfhard. Chastain will be featured as Beverly Marsh, the only female member of the Loser Club, who was portrayed originally by Sophia Lillis. The sequel will deal with a group of friends returning to their hometown of Derry, Maine, 27 years after the events of the first film, to once again confront Pennywise. Director Andy Muschietti, screenwriter Gabby Domerman, and Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise are returning for the sequel. Lieberher, Wolfhard, and Lillis will also be returning along with the other kid actors from the Losers Club to be featured in flashback sequences. It, Chapter 2, is set to begin production in July and will hit theaters on September 6, 2019. Jet Li and Gong Li have been cast in Disney's upcoming live-action adaptation of Mulan that stars Chinese actress and singer Liu Yifei in the title role. Jet Li is in final talks to portray the Emperor of China who prepares for war by ordering one male from each household to join the military. Gong Li will star as the film's villain, a powerful witch who differs from the male version Shan Yu used in Disney's 1998 animated version of Mulan. The cast also includes Donnie Yen as Commander Tung, a mentor and teacher to Mulan. Nikki Caro is directing the film, set to hit theaters on March 27, 2020. From a script by Lauren Hannick, Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, and Elizabeth Martin. Jason Reed, Chris Bender, and Jake Weiner are producing alongside Hong Kong-based producer Bill Kong, who is executive producing. Mulan is based on the Chinese legend of Hua Mulan, a young woman who disguises herself as a man to take her father's place in war. Actor and comedian Will Ferrell suffered no significant injuries, but was taken to a hospital as a precaution after the chauffeur-driven SUV he was riding in was involved in a collision. The California Highway Patrol told Us Weekly on Friday the incident happened in Orange County at about 11 p.m. Thursday night. TMZ cited Ferrell's representatives as saying the celebrity was not seriously harmed and has been since released from the hospital. Ferrell, who was 50, was one of three passengers in the vehicle when it reportedly was struck in the back by another car, causing Ferrell's SUV to flip over. The other two passengers in his vehicle were also taken to the hospital, but their identities and conditions were not reported. A witness said one was a woman who was bleeding at the scene. Police have said that they are investigating the incident, but drugs or alcohol are not suspected to be the factors in the wreck. No arrests have been made. Ferrell is a Saturday Night Live alum who has starred in the films Daddy's Home, The Other Guys, Old School, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, Anchorman, and Elf. Meet the Parents co-stars Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller played special counsel Robert Mueller and U.S. President Donald Trump's personal attorney Michael Cohen on this weekend's edition of Saturday Night Live. Federal prosecutors said Friday that a raid on Cohen's office focused on his business dealings, not his role as Trump's personal attorney. The revelation came after Cohen's attorney sought a temporary restraining order preventing the Department of Justice from viewing the documents, emails, and other information they seized citing attorney-client privilege. De Niro and Stiller made their surprise SNL appearance at the top of the show. Stiller as Cohen told Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Vice President Mike Pence, who were played by Kay McKinnon and Beck Bennett, Michael Cohen, attorney at law and also sometimes not at law. Cohen complained this whole raid was a complete violation of attorney-criminal privilege. Pence said, if you have nothing to hide, then you have nothing to worry about. Cohen wondered, is that a joke? Do you know how much evidence I have in my office? I'm Donald Trump's lawyer. I've got a whole hard drive that's just labeled Yikes. De Niro, as Mueller, then arrived to hook up Cohen to a lie detector in an interrogation room and fire questions at him about various dealings he had with people, including adult film star Stormy Daniels, on Trump's behalf. The scene was a nod to De Niro and Stiller's 2000 comedy Meet the Parents, where Stiller played a man trying to propose to the daughter of a former retired CIA operative. It was followed by two sequels. Also on this weekend's edition of Saturday Night Live included a parody of Les Miserables with a 40-year-old diner lobster standing in for the hunted hero John Valjean. It all started when Pete Davidson and Chris Reed sat down to eat, and Davidson told the waiter, played by guest host John Mulaney, that he wanted to order the lobster. After the waiter and Reed expressed surprise that Davidson would order lobster in a casual eatery, Mulaney shouted, "All right, everyone, the time has come. We've got an order here for a lobster." Kenan Thompson, dressed as a lobster in 18th century attire, is standing in a water tank and is then pushed out into the restaurant. He proceeds to ponder his faith to the tune of Who Am I from Les Miserables as the camera pans to Davidson, who can be seen laughing hysterically. Soon after, Kay McKinnon, also dressed as a lobster, performs her parody of the heartbreaking ballad Castle on a Cloud. The sketch ends with a showstopper featuring the diner staff building a barricade to save the lobster. The song sounds like Do You Hear the People Sing, but actually contains the lyrics, Do you hear the lobster scream? Screaming the scream of escalding flames. It is the screaming of a lobster, and this dummy's here to blame. When the churning in your bowels match the burning of his shells, you know why lobsters in a diner never sell. The Edison finally coincides, all right, forget the lobster. I'll have the tuna melted instead, as the restaurant staff and Lobster Cheers. Mulaney, who's a former SNL writer, tweeted, Colin Johnson and I wrote Lobster Diner in 2010. Simon Rich, Marika Sawyer, and I wrote the sketch Switcheroo in 2009. Neither went past the table. Both made it to air tonight. Thanks at NBC SNL for letting us bring back those beloved orphans. ABC says the final episode of its fairy tale drama Once Upon a Time is scheduled to air on May 18th. The show will have run for 7 seasons by the time it wraps. The final season stars Andrew J. West, Colin O'Donnell, Lara Parrilla, and Robert Carlyle. The network's family sitcom The Middle, featuring Patricia Heaton, Neil Flynn, Charlie McDermott, Eden Shear, and Atticus Sheffer, is set to end after 9 seasons on May 22nd. The network previously announced its White House thriller Scandal, starring Kerry Washington and Tony Goldwyn, will go off the air April 19th after 7 seasons. CBS announced it has renewed NCIS for the 2018-2019 broadcast season, with its star and executive producer Mark Harmon set to return. Kelly Call, the president of CBS Entertainment, said in a statement Friday, "It's pretty simple. Viewers everywhere love NCIS. The show speaks to viewers of all ages in all parts of the country and around the world. NCIS amazing characters and terrific storytelling results in some of TV's most passionate fans. Of course, none of this would be possible without an outstanding production team and the talented cast led by the incomparable and absolutely tireless Mark Harmon. We're thrilled that he is returning as the centerpiece of the show, and we could not be more excited for NCIS 16th season." Original cast member Paulie Perrette is leaving the procedural next month after 15 seasons. The show follows a team of special agents from the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, which investigates crimes involving the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps. Friday Night Lights and Bloodline actor Kyle Chandler is taking over the role of Colonel Cathcart in Hulu's 6-part limited series Catch-22. George Clooney was previously announced as the character, but he'll now play Sheriff in the adaptation of Joseph Heller's novel, which takes place during World War II. Clooney is producing the series and will direct 2 episodes of the Paramount Television project. Cathcart takes himself very seriously, a news release says, adding that Chekhov is an ambitious, humorless, inept, angry, sadistic training commander at cadet school in California. Luke Davies and David Michaud are co-writers and executive producers for the series. Hugh Laurie will play Major Dick Coverley, and Christopher Abbott will portray Yossarian. 2-time Oscar-winning filmmaker Milos Forman has died following a short illness. He was 86. The New York Times reported the death of the Czech-born director, who is known for helming One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Hair, Ragtime, Amadeus, Valamont, The People vs. Larry Flynn, Man on the Moon, and Goya's Ghosts. He is survived by his third wife, Martina Zaberlova, and his 4 sons. Writer-producer Larry Karolensky, who was among the first artists who took to Twitter to pay tribute to Forman this week, wrote, "Milos Forman was our friend and our teacher. He was a master filmmaker, no one better at capturing small, unrepeatable moments of human behavior. We made 2 movies together, and every day spent with him was a unique adventure. Milos loved life. I will miss his laughter." Antonio Banderas wrote in his own post, "Milos Forman has left us, genius of cinematography and master in the portrayal of the human condition, R.I.P." And Jim Carrey wrote, "Another great one passes through the doorway. Milos Forman, what a force, a lovely man. I'm glad we got to play together. It was a monumental experience." Forman was 86. Harley Emery, the former U.S. Corps Sergeant staff member who was found faint on the big screen, has died at the age of 74. His longtime manager Bill Rogan announced his death on social media Sunday. He wrote, "It was with deep sadness. I regret to inform you that Harley Emery, the gunny, had passed away this morning from complications of pneumonia. He'll be greatly missed by all of us." Emery's credits include Apocalypse Now, The Boys in Company C, Full Metal Jacket, The Frighteners, Mississippi Burning, Dead Man Walking, Leaving Las Vegas, Stormsby, Toy Story, and 2 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Emery was 74. Art Bell, a nationwide overnight radio host best known for paranormal-themed shows, had died on Friday the 13th. He was 72. The Coast to Coast AM show he founded was syndicated nationwide on about 500 stations across the United States and Canada from 1993 until 2002, according to the station's website. Bell returned occasionally to host Coast to Coast AM programs on weekends and later launched his own Sirius XM radio program in 2012, and then 5 months in 2015 broadcasting his show Midnight in the desert online via TuneIn and some terrestrial radio stations until he stopped because he and his family were being hassled by a crazy person, according to a Facebook post. But his old shows live on under the name Somewhere in Time. They can be heard on Saturday nights on stations carrying the Premier Network's broadcast. Bell hosted his show from his home in Panorama, Nevada, about 64 miles west of Las Vegas. He would open his broadcast with the phrase from the Kingdom of Nye. Nye County Sheriff Sharon Whaley announced Bell's death at home in a video post on Facebook late Friday. His cause of death has not yet been determined, and an autopsy is scheduled for later this week, according to the Nye County Sheriff's Office. Bell was 72. Jenna Dewan is feeling her fans' love following her split from Channing Tatum. The 37-year-old actress thanked her followers for their support in an Instagram post Thursday, announcing her separation from Tatum last week. Dewan shared a photo of herself wearing a white top and skirt during a sunny day at a beach. The post, Dewan's first since announcing her split, received over 296,000 likes. The star captioned the picture, adding heart emojis, "Thank you guys for all your love. Love you right back." Dwayne and Tatum said in a joint statement April 2nd that they have, quote, lovingly chosen to end their 8-year marriage. The couple explained, "We felt deeply in love so many years ago and have had a magical journey together. Absolutely nothing has changed about how much we love one another, but love is a beautiful adventure that has taken us on different paths for now." They added, "There are no secrets, no salacious events at the root of our decision, just two best friends realizing it's time to take some space and help each other live the most joyous, fulfilled lives as possible." Dwayne and Tatum's rep later denied reports about Tatum's alleged partying and flirting. Dwayne's rep told People, happy to clarify that absolutely none of these rumors are true. Tatum's rep told E! News the media is fabricating stories and none of these accusations are remotely true. Dwayne and Tatum share 4-year-old daughter Everly. Sources told E! News that the pair remain friendly and focus on their daughter, and an insider says that they're lovingly deciding to continue their lives as together as friends and parents of Everly because that's how their relationship has grown. Kim Kardashian says sister Khloe Kardashian's daughter is so gorgeous. The 37-year-old television personality shared details about Khloe's baby girl and delivery Friday on Twitter after the 33-year-old reality star gave birth to her first child with Tristan Thompson. Kim wrote, "At Khloe Kardashian, I'm so happy for you. Your baby girl is so beautiful. You're so strong. You made that look so easy." She added, "I can't wait for our baby girls to grow up as best friends the way we are," referencing to her daughter Chicago West, who was born in January. "I'm so happy I was able to return the favor of holding your leg while you push. LOL." Kim Kardashian gushed about the new baby in another post. She wrote, "You guys, she's so gorgeous." Khloe Kardashian gave birth to a baby girl Thursday, following reports Thompson was unfaithful during her pregnancy. People said the new mom is ignoring the scandal and focusing on her daughter. A source says Khloe is feeling nothing but happiness right now. She's head over heels in love with her little girl. She's just consumed with love. Absolutely nothing else matters. The insider says she's so incredibly happy that her baby is here, that she is big and strong and healthy and beautiful, and so right now Khloe truly has no other cares in the world. She isn't even mad at Tristan right now. Khloe's sister Kylie Jenner also congratulated the star on her daughter's birth. Jenner gave birth to her own daughter Stormy in February and used a Fendi stroller during a walk with the infant Thursday. Britney Spears and Jim Parsons were among those honored at the GLAAD Media Awards in Los Angeles. The Thursday event, hosted by Wanda Sykes, recognized media for fair, accurate, and inclusive representations of the LGBTQ community and the issues that affect their lives. Spears was presented with the Vanguard Award, which is given to those who have made a significant difference in promoting equality and acceptance of LGBTQ people. She said on stage after being introduced by Ricky Martin, "We can join hands together here and know that we are all beautiful." Parsons was honored with the Stephen F. Kozak Award for his openness and activism. The Big Bang Theory star said, "Britney got here before I did. The Queen should go last." Before thanking GLAAD for putting me in a room with Britney Spears and stating how Spears' Baby One More Time helped him prepare for an acting school audition. Other winners included This Is Us for Outstanding Drama Series, Andy Mack for Outstanding Kids and Family Programming, Brooklyn Nine-Nine for Outstanding Comedy Series, A Fantastic Woman for Outstanding Film, When We Rise for Outstanding TV Movie or Limited Series, The Bold and the Beautiful for Outstanding Daily Drama, and a Thanksgiving episode of Netflix's Masters of None, which featured a mother struggling to accept her daughter's sexuality, winning Outstanding Individual Episode, among others. The third annual Late Late Show Carpool Karaoke Primetime Special is scheduled to air April 23rd on CBS. Allison Janney, Anna Faris, Kunal Nayyar, and Ian Armitage are expecting to join host James Corden for a new version of his outdoor sing-along Crosswalk the Musical, The Sound of Music. Christina Aguilera is also slated to appear in a new Carpool Karaoke segment for the program. Corden and the show's band leader, Reggie Watts, are expected to kick off the special with a Bruno Mars-inspired musical number, and Corden will share some of his favorite moments as the host of The Late Late Show, a news release says. The Weeknd's My Dear Melancholy is number 1 on the U.S. album charts. Coming in number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts is Rich the Kid with The World Is Yours, followed by Triple X Tenation with Question Mark at number 3, Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour at number 4, and The Greatest Showman soundtrack at number 5. Rounding out the top tier are Black Panther the album, music from and inspired by at number 6, Milos Culture 2 at number 7, Post Malone's Stoney at number 8, Ed Sheeran's Divide at number 9, and Logic Bobby Tarantino number 2 at number 10. Huey Lewis and the News have canceled all of its upcoming concerts. Lewis, the band's 67-year-old lead singer, made the announcement Friday on social media, explaining that he has been having trouble hearing due to Meniere's disease and can't hear music well enough to sing. Lewis says the lower frequencies distorted violently makes it impossible to find pitch, and he has seen several doctors who urge him to stay off the stage until his condition improves. He wrote, "I feel horrible about this and wish to sincerely apologize to all the fans. I'm going to concentrate on getting better and hope that one day soon I'll be able to perform again." The band is known for its pop hits, The Power of Love, Jacob's Ladder, Heart and Soul, I Want a New Drug, Heart of Rock and Roll, If This Is It, and Hip to Be Squared. Veteran bands Bon Jovi, Dire Straits, The Car, and the Moody Blues, as well as late singer Nina Simone, were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland on Saturday night. To be eligible for this honor, the artists must have released their first commercial recording at least 25 years before the year of induction. The 2018 nominees all released their first official recordings before 1992. Presenters at this weekend's public call gala were Mary J. Blige, Ann Wilson, Brandon Flowers, and Howard Stern. The ceremony is to air May 5th on HBO. Pop music superstar Beyonce sang with some special guests during her headlining set at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival on Saturday night in Indio, California. TMZ reporter Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams joined Beyonce to perform their Destiny Child hits Lose My Breath, Say My Name, and Soldier. The trio, which formed in 1997 and broke up in 2006, last sang publicly during Beyonce's halftime show at Super Bowl 52 in 2013. Beyonce and her husband, rapper Jay-Z, also sang their duet Deja Vu, and her sister singer Solange were seen dancing on the Coachella stage during Beyonce's 2.5-hour show. Beyonce kicked off her concert with renditions of her solo hits Sorry, Crazy in Love, Drunk in Love, and Run the World Girls. People magazine quoted the Grammy winner as telling the crowd, "Coachella, thank you for allowing me to be the first black woman to headline." Eminem performed at the festival Sunday night. Dwayne Johnson's sci-fi adventure Rampage is the number 1 movie in North America, earning $34.5 million in receipts, BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in number 2 is A Quiet Place with $32.6 million, followed by Truth or Dare at number 3 with $19 million, Ready Player One at number 4 with $11.2 million, and Blockers at number 5 with $10.3 million. Rounding up the top tier are Black Panther at number 6 with $5.3 million, Isle of Dogs at number 7 with $5 million, I Can Only Imagine at number 8 with $3.8 million, Tyler Perry's Acrimony at number 9 with $3.7 million, and Chippewa Dick at number 10 with $3 million. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1889, Charlie Chaplin is born. Chaplin, one of the most financially successful stars of early Hollywood, was introduced to the stage when he was 5. The son of London music hall entertainers, young Chaplin was watching a show starring his mom when her voice cracked. He was quickly shifted onto the stage to finish the act. Chaplin's father died when Chaplin was a toddler, and when his mother had a nervous breakdown, Chaplin and his older half-brother Sidney roamed London, where they danced on the streets and collected pennies in a hat. They eventually went to an orphanage and joined the 8 Lancashire Lads, a children's dance troupe. When Chaplin was 17, he developed his comedic skills with the help of Fred Carno's company, for which his half-brother had already become a popular comedian. Soon, Chaplin's bowel hat, outturned feet, mustache, and walking cane became his trademark. He joined the Keystone Company and film Making a Living, in which he played a mustached villain who wore a monocle. It wasn't long before he also worked on the other side of the camera, helping direct his 12th film and directing his 13th, Caught in the Rain, on his own. Chaplin redefined what would soon become his legacy as the character Charlie the Tramp and signed on with the S&E Company in 1915 for $1,250 a week, plus a $10,000 bonus, a jump for the $175 that Keystone paid him. The next year, he signed with Mutual for $10,000 a week, plus a $150,000 bonus under a contract that required him to make 12 films annually, but granted him complete creative control over the pictures. And in 1918, he signed a contract with First National for $1 million for 8 films. A masterful silent film actor and pantomimist who could elicit both laughter and tears from his audience, Chaplin resisted the arrival of sound in movies. Indeed, in his first film that featured Sound City Lights in 1931, he only used music. His first true sound film was 1940's The Great Dictator, which he mocked fascism. Chaplin founded the United Artists Corporation in 1919 with Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, and director D.W. Griffith. Chaplin married twice more, both times to teenage girls. His fourth wife, Una O'Neill, was 18 years old when he married the 54-year-old actor, was the daughter of playwright Eugene O'Neill. Though he lived in the United States for 42 years, Chaplin never became a U.S. citizen. A vocal pacifist, Chaplin was accused of communist ties, which he denied. Nevertheless, in 1952, immigration officials prevented Chaplin and his wife from re-entering the United States after a foreign tour. The couple did not return to the United States for 20 years. Instead, they settled in Switzerland with their 8 children. Chaplin returned to America in 1972 to accept the Special Academy Award for the, quote, incalculable effect he has had on making motion pictures the art for and of this century. He was knighted Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin in 1975, and he died 2 years later. And as your entertainment report for Monday, April 16, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.